There's a fish.
What's going on, everyone? This is TFC. We are back with another video, and today we are floating the Gunnison Gorge in the Black Canyon.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, when we put it down, we got to put it up like something.
Yeah. I guess I'll try and use my hands.
Which way do you need me to push?
What?
Which way do you need it?
What do you mean?
To tilt.
One eternity later.
guys, as you probably just saw, we just got done running Cable Rapid. We're on the Gunnison Gorge, on the Gunnison River. We wanted to bring the Hydro-Slay down here particularly because there's some pretty decent whitewater down here. It's a long walk to get your boat down here, so we kind of wanted to do some things. One thing I'd really like to talk about first, just because your boat or any boat is made to do class 3, 4, 5 whitewater doesn't necessarily mean that you are. So safety first. Make sure that you've taken your boat down some mild rapids and you work your way up. Take oar certification would be my biggest suggestion. Always wear a PFD, particularly if you're going to be fishing someplace that has some pretty nasty whitewater. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about the compare and contrast between a cataract, a raft, and a drift boat. So the Hydro-Slay is, as you can see, it's narrow. We just came down a pretty narrow chute there, and we didn't have any problems. Frame held up really well. As I'm standing here, I'm standing on diamond plate. So this boat right here has the stability of a drift boat. So we were able to haul this boat in. It's about a 1.25 mile walk in. We hiked the boat in, completely put together, minus the seats. Came down here and we have a standing platform that is as stable as a drift boat. Coming down rapids like this, we have the advantage. You hear people talk about all the time in their rafts now, they talk about a self-bailing or a non-self-bailing bottom. Both of those two things have their pros and cons. In whitewater, a non-self-bailing bottom, or even having a bottom at all, can be a huge problem for you if you get into some tight situations. When you're on a cat, there is no bottom. It's always 100% self-bailing. If you take water over the top of this 20-inch tube, it's going right back out. It's not going to weigh down. It's immediately going to bail back out, so you're never rowing any extra water on this. It makes it maneuverable. It makes it light. We were able to do things that whitewater rafts did. Make sure that before you want to jump in and handle any class 3, class 4 rapids, that you've got some hours on the oars, because the boat will take it. It doesn't mean that you necessarily can. I think that's an important distinction to make. But I think that the Hydro-Slay has proved that you can go in a remote place, you can take everything that you need, you can have it as stable as a drift boat, as forgiving as a raft, and it's self-bailing 100% of the time, so it's more maneuverable than a raft. You know, a really cool thing about a cat, if you've never rode one, is that because you've got this tunnel underneath between the two pontoons, you can go down and you can split rocks if you need to. Whereas on a raft, you're going to get high centered on those rocks. The other thing that's cool is that if you come down and you do get spun or you get sideways, it's going to be really challenging for this thing to get turned and dump you the way that it is in a raft, because it's got a empty bottom. So that tunnel underneath is going to allow all that water to drain out. So for those two reasons, it's a lot more forgiving than your standard fishing raft. It also makes it more maneuverable. When you've got a cat, you've got so much less surface tension than you do on a raft that you can get in and out of tight spots. This 2-man is only 12 feet long, but the water line is really only about 9.5 feet long. So even fully loaded, we've got this thing right now loaded with camping gear. We've got coolers on it, we have ice in it, we have drinks, we have all of our fishing gear, and we're running class 3 and class 4 whitewater, and we're able to maneuver in and out of tight spots that bigger rafts just can't, and you're never getting a drift boat down here. Those are the things that make the Hydro-Slay so special. It can get you in spots to catch fish that other boats can't, but it can handle whatever you want to dish out.
I believe understanding the differences between catarafts, rafts, and drift boats is definitely something that's important to understand, especially if you are in the market for a boat. I think doing this Gunnison Gorge float definitely gave us a better outlook and understanding of how well these Hydro-Slays do in whitewater in class 3 and 4 rapids. You know, they were specifically designed as a fly fishing vessel, but they excel also in the skinny, picky, technical boulder gardens and you know, your harder class 3s and 4s, and I think that's definitely something to keep in mind if you're fishing in the west and in the mountains and fishing technical rivers. We appreciate you guys following along in this Gunnison Gorge journey, and we'll see you next time.